Do you know what this dialog box is called? This is the NetSupport School Class Wizard. The Class Wizard enables you to enter lesson details, choose how to locate your students and connect to your students, and to create multiple classes. By default, the Class Wizard should pop up every time you open NetSupport School. Across the top, you have the option to enter in your name and the title of the lesson, any objectives, and any outcomes that you have. We'll put a few in there right there. You also have the option to select or create a new room or a new method of connecting to your students. Right now, I already have 2 rooms created, but let's create another one for practice. There are 4 options: room mode, PC mode, user mode, and browse mode. Each one provides a short description of how it's going to connect to your students. Word to the wise, browse mode is a legacy feature, not commonly used these days with NetSupport School. So focus on room mode, PC mode, and user mode. Room mode is going to connect to computers that have already been assigned to that specific room. This is done through the client configurator on the student machines. PC mode is going to connect to a list of known PC names. So if you're looking for specific computers to pull into your room, and user mode to connect to students by their logged on username. So let's go into user mode. We'll call my class practice 1 and my list of student logins. This is fairly straightforward. If your workplace or your school uses a domain that students log in with, so for example, student1 at abc.usd, for example, you would drop the at abc.usd and you just need student1, the first part of their domain or their email address. That's what the machine is going to look for when it tries to pull the students into your class. Hit enter, as you should only have 1 student per line. Continue adding in all of your student names and then go ahead and click OK to save that. It can be helpful if you have an SIS or another system that already has this information in your rosters to have this ready to go in an Excel or a spreadsheet and just copy and paste in those names so you don't manually have to add them. Once you've created that, you can edit and you can add or remove students as needed. So if a student leaves your class or if you have a new learner joining your class, you simply edit the class period, add that student's user login, again, minus the domain, and then click OK to save. And then you can connect to that group of students. I'm going to connect to a room, which means all of the computers I'm connecting to have been assigned to room 1, and that's what's been put in their configurator. That's typically used for things like computer labs or for stationary rooms where the devices don't leave. User mode is more commonly used for one-to-one environments where the students take their devices with them. And PC mode can be used when you're looking for specific devices that you want to connect to, whether you want to connect to a smaller group, not just all of the devices in a single room, or a hodgepodge of devices that you need to be able to connect up to. You also have the option to create a journal or create a student register by clicking those buttons. Doing that automatically will start that up once you've connected to your class. And then you also have the lesson timer. With an open lesson, it means that we are going to choose when our class ends. If I get rid of that, I can indicate when my class is supposed to finish. That lesson timer is just going to help keep me on track for when my lesson is ending, so I have a visual reminder of when I need to end my class and get ready for the next one. I'm going to leave it as an open lesson. Go ahead and click OK and connect to my room. There. Now, if you don't have the class wizard at startup, you're going to need to go into your configuration options. Click Options and go into Network Settings and look at your start options. Make sure Display Class Wizard is checked. If that's unchecked, it won't pop up at the beginning, and NetSupport School will automatically default to whatever the primary method of connection is. So if room 1 is my primary connection method, that's what it's going to connect to. If I have multiple classes using user mode, for example, I don't want to get rid of that class wizard because I want to be able to choose which class I'm connecting to at any point in time. So we highly recommend keeping this clicked unless you absolutely will only be connecting to one stationary class at all times. Click OK to save, and now you're ready to go. And that's the NetSupport School Class Wizard.